we'll move on to Mull
Yeah,
Head.
exactly. So that's it.
So we got the Kirkbowl Chargers, who had a high score last week, 188 today, this week, but still enough to beat Arthur, 159.93, Plymouth Argyle Browns. Aberdeen Bucks, 172.66 against Bucks Golders, 152.51, better than last week's score. Laxdale Legends, 195.96, coming up against the Yorkshire Los Muertos, 218.7. Rotherham Ravers, 223.97 against 178.37. Edinburgh Thunderbirds, giving the Preston Hawks a good old spanking, 271.6 against 161.8. And the Bedford Brewskis, 178 against the 218.54. So a big old ouchie for Pez.
Do you know what the thing about this game is, right? Pez can't be greeting about it at all. Now, I've not seen the show earlier, obviously. I was at work, I came in and I've sat down and done this. So I've not seen any of the show from earlier. I'll watch it back later. But all I can say is you cannot be greeting about losing to 271 points when you only score 161. You lose to 165 points. It just so happens that you've ran into the big score, but you've not scored enough for that to make a difference. Yeah, Pacheco there. That Pacheco's obviously
Moving
a
to,
problem for the Thunderbirds.
yeah.
What else have we got in the? Let's have a wee skint down the Thunderbirds. So they've got Jackson there. Jefferson's fit as a fiddle. Thankfully, I was checking that one out
Jameson
closely.
Williams, J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have a massive season. I'm very big on Jameson Williams, and I've got him in quite a few places, and I'm absolutely delighted that I do because I think he's going to really have a big season. And they've not been great so far. The Lions, they will get better.
Oh, yeah, they've
I
been battling
actually
it. They've
threw
not
one
been.
out there. I threw a dart. I threw a dart as an outsider, saying that Jared Goff would be the MVP. This
Uh-huh.
year because he's got so many indoor games. But that's obviously not going to come to fruition now. And it
Well, in
was a
fairness,
long
none of
shot
them have
that
played
anyway.
that
But
well
I
so
did
far.
think he was.
So,
I thought he was going to be a lot better, but Williams will be very good this year. I'm very confident in that if he stays fit, he'll do very well. Worthy's going to have
yeah.
much better weeks as well now. Pacheco's out, as I say. I just think they're going to throw the ball. I don't even think it's going to
George Kittle will have
be
another
a
big one
question
if
mark.
Debo's out.
Kittle has to have a big one, the big ones now, because it's not just Debo, without McCaffrey as well. I know Mason's there, and I know Mason done very well, but they lost, so it's.
Yeah.
I think Kittle's going to be huge. And the way the team's looking at the moment, and Debo going out just helps that even more. Dobbins, obviously, if he stays fit, is going to. He looks like the best. Do you know Gus Edwards has had more touches than Dobbins in both games, and Dobbins has
Yeah,
massively
but
outscored them in both games. That's got to be a good
he's
thing
looked
as
good,
well
like. Yeah. He
for
has looked
uh, for,
really
for
good.
Dobbins owners. He looks like he's fit as well, which is obviously massive for him. So yeah, I mean the Thunderbirds are flying. They've got all those options there, and
The
Jordan
bench is
Murphy
a
come
bit
back in
sorry.
as well from the bench. I see there.
We've got Ty Chandler, Adam Thielen, Mike
Like
Williams, David
Chandler,
Njoku to come
who
back, Mayer and Anderson.
easy to play. Yeah, so and Anderson on the bench as well is a big defender to have down on the bench. He should be
Well, at
doing quite
least
well. Derek Carr, 31
Pez,
points. Do you,
Pez
do
has
you
got
start
Derek
playing him?
Carr, but he's going to have to. He's lost
Do
two.
you play him? Oh, you've got to play him. He's lost to her, but that's made a
But even
decision
then,
for
mean,
him. But
you've got Hall, Eckler, London's looking not bad. Diggs, good last week, crap this week, might be good next week. Pickens, I don't trust
uh,
anything in Pittsburgh, to be honest, with that fucking quarterback room. Kelsey, you don't know, like you say, surely he's going to get better than that push. McLaurin, he was getting a couple of targets, but it was against the Giants, so we didn't look too much
well,
about that.
McLaurin will be
Spencer,
fine. McLaurin will be fine for me. I think McLaurin will be just fine. It's a slow start, but Daniels had a slow start through the air. I think he'll get better as the season goes on, and he
he
learns.
was
And
thrown
the
in,
the the, the whole line will get better as the season goes on as well.
yeah, his
So
team
yeah,
looks
I mean,
better
I,
than
I
I thought
wouldn't
it
be
just
worried if
was.
I
I
was
wouldn't be
Pez.
worried. He's 0-2, but
I,
he's
I, I
probably one
wouldn't
of
be
the
worried.
higher ones.
Yeah,
And
I
we've
wouldn't be
got
overly worried if I was Pez. I do think that there's wins to be had in there.
let's go to the Kirkwall Chargers then. They were last week's highest scorer, I think. We carry on. So they've got Prescott, Stevenson, Pollard. Chase will do better. Rice, Waddle. You don't know what you're going to get now. The two, but don't know.
That's the
Andrews
worry.
still got some. He's getting slightly better. He
Lost
got more
Cup.
catches this week. Cup lost Wilson, Elliott, Bolton, Wilson. Who's he got on the bench? He's got Darnold. He's got two. He's got Darnold and Fields.
Oof.
Does he go
Here,
with
Lloyd's got to
Shaheed?
pick up another injury. And
I know.
Shaheed, yeah, Shaheed, I mean, Shaheed's very much an option to play now, but, you know, I mean, they've knocked 2 games out of the park now. They've absolutely hammered the Cowboys, and they won in a hat canter in week 1 as well, New Orleans Saints. But I just
Oh, Arthur.
still,
Arthur
I don't know
played.
what it is. I just can't get on board with thinking that they're going to be brilliant or anything like that this year. You know, I'm just not convinced on it at all. But we'll see how they go. Obviously, they've started really, really well, and it's the touches haven't kind of went where you would think in the sense of Olavi's. You know, I know he had a better week this week, but Shaheed is very much a plug him into start now. I would say, you know, he seems to be getting while Carl's on the hot streak. Ride him, I would say. You
Well,
know, Pollard as well. There's another one.
Arthur, who started Stroud, had
He had a great start
um,
Thursday night too, Chan.
Kyler
He would have
Murray.
been excited. He would have been excited. Oh, Kyler Murray on the bench. No, what's going
I
on?
know.
That's why you don't have so many quarterbacks. Who's
But the thing at
starting?
the
Who's the
moment,
starting quarterback?
the hot hand or the hot legs out of the two of them is Kyler Murray. The first week he did awesome.
Who's the starting
You start
quarterback?
CJ Stroud. But he might do better normally, but
Stroud.
Chicago's a
Yeah,
hard defence. You know what I mean? Defence with
I'd be dump.
Chicago's not bad.
I'd
So
be. I'd literally be dumping Stroud now. I would be looking to trade him for absolutely anything and anything that anyone would give me. I would give him. I would give Stroud away. I really would. I mean, very good call to start Pierce there. You know, and he got rewarded him. You know, with another decent performance.
yeah.
Reed
It
obviously
kept him
is
in
a
it.
bit of a problem in the sense that, you know, until Love's back, it's a problem. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
work to do for Arthur probably. You know, it's defense is decent,
Oh,
which is
Crosby
good.
on the
And
bench.
2 Browns, I don't actually think that's the worst idea in the world. Put Crosby on the bench. I would be sternly starting Crosby.
Oh
He
God,
is an
yeah.
absolute
The
beast.
boy's a machine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
he's
it's a
got
close one,
Kyler to
but
come
it's
in
a
as well,
sore
so
one. Yeah.
it's not all bad. You know, it's not all bad news. Let's have a wee look at the table, Johnny. So yeah,
So we've got four teams on
four
2-0.
teams 2-0, 4 teams 0-2, and 4 teams 1-1. It's pretty much. I mean, no one's out of anything, and no one's won anything. You know, it's
Edinburgh
everything's still
Thunderbirds
very
nearly
tight, but
500
you really
points.
want to be 2-0. Yeah, four hundred and
We've got
seventy-two points. That's huge scoring. But let's not forget that 272 of them were 1 week, so it was only 200 week one. It's not,
poor
you
Pez.
know, not not quite as massive as it could have been. But yeah, I
Who's
mean,
playing who next week? Ooh,
you can see
a
that the
battle of the
scoring,
0-2s.
you know, the scoring should be down on last year as well. You know, I think it's been 66 touchdowns 66
Yeah,
touchdowns in the 2 weeks, and it's been the worst for 10 odd years or so. You know, there's usually over 100. So you would think that would translate into fantasy points being down as well, you know, a little bit lower, but
yeah, but you get plus down points
they're
here.
certainly,
Russ attempts, pass catches, so there's a lot more points available
yeah, of
without
course,
actually
of
scoring a
course. But
touchdown. So
I mean, I do think that the scoring is kind of down. You know, there was a lot more over 200 last year, I think. Maybe wrong, but you know, there's kind of only 3 or 4 in each league,
we had a
each
300
division
last year
scoring over
by this
200 at the
time.
moment.
I think maybe by week 3 we had at least one team over 300 last year, but we got
Yeah, we